My name is Runabi, and what is the Bumbleclot tea?
What's up?
Subscribe, will ya?
Something about me, I love my chocolate black brothers. Amen. So you know I had to come and bless you guys with not one, not two, but three sexy black boys. Introduce yourselves.
So my name is Sosa. I study software system development. Obviously, I'm working, chilling. That's all I can really give out right now.
My name is Ty, also known as Mr. Custom. If you don't know, get to know.
Period.
Yeah, so we make custom shoes and that type of stuff. I'm working as a fund accountant right now as well. So yeah, just doing my thing.
My name is Tobias, but I go by Sir Tobias. And yeah, I'm a full-time creative. So
I want to start off because I only have known the three of you for in like the last 2 to 3 years. So I'm like more like college times. That's kind of like my dynamic with these boys. So I want to know more about like younger you, and from then it's like, is there like a difference between younger you and you now? And if there was, what was that? Or just tell me about younger you and your secondary school, primary school times, whatever, as far as you can think back. Whoever wants to start once again.
yeah, I mean,
I'm not starting first, but I'll go second. I'll tell you that. I'll go second.
I'll start. I was a nerd. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
for real?
yeah,
Okay,
no, I was
tell me about that. In what way?
I was a
Because I
nerd,
feel like
like-
I was too, but go.
I felt like I was very quiet. Like that's why like I don't know. Some people kind of see me as like, oh yeah, like I was like, da. But like nah, it's where I've like
Wait, what did you say? Repeat what you just said.
where like some people probably like people that know me kind of know me as like I'm a bit like energetic and
Now.
kind of like yeah like now do you get me kind of like outspoken and do you get me confident and whatnot. But like when I was much younger, like I was like I was very quiet. Like do you know what I mean?
Oh,
I'll
that's
be
weird.
yeah. Like I'll be like everybody could be talking about. I'll be the guy that's be kind of standing in front. Just kind of looking. Yeah, just looking like this. Yeah. So. Yeah, like I don't know. I feel like, and obviously, like over time, it's just kind of changed. I think for me, the point was actually is my first job ever. People that know me know this as well. You probably see me in town as well. I was selling scratch cards.
For real?
Yeah, in the middle of Henry Street.
Bumbleclot.
For like 2 summers. Yeah, nah. So deeper right is me. Like I'm gonna have to like stop a group of white girls, a group of white boys, and convince these man to give me money out of their pocket to buy this scratch card.
That's a hustle right
is it a
there.
business or were you just
What?
yourself?
No, deadass, bro. It was a
No, I'm
job.
telling
How
you,
does that work?
No,
No,
people
if-
in this
if you-
life
if you
to
know
fear
about
is
this-
salespeople.
yeah.
They can sell you anything
Yeah, no.
if they have passion enough.
But if
And-
you had scratch cards, yeah.
No, if you know-
How the fuck you get a scratch card?
No, you see, it was. I worked for like a company, right? But like, if you know, I think it was like it was like a disease.
You don't need to debate them out.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna debate them
You
out.
don't want to be a scam.
Yeah, no, people know that it was a scam anyway.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
But like, yeah.
So the guy's hustling.
Nah.
Guy was the
I
OG
heard
fraudster.
rumors.
That's an OG fraudster type shit right there.
So I remember, I think I started, and I was like, yeah, nah, I need some bread. I was like 15. I was like, yeah, nah.
15?
Nah, that I was like, yeah, I need to make money. So went, did my first 2 weeks, I quit. I was like, yeah, nah, this is shit, because it's only on commission. Do you get me? So you can stand there from all day, 10 to 5. You don't sell a thing, you don't make a thing. Do you get me? So I quit. I did it 2 weeks, and then I came back. I was just like, you know what? And then I just firmed there, and then I got good eventually, and yeah, I did it for like 1 or 2. So that's probably the point where like it changed, and I was able to, just talk to people and kind of just, be out there.
Okay. Was it because like you were in a forced environment to talk to people? That's why you did it, or was it like what? Because
yeah.
why weren't you able to do it before? And then like what was that trend like?
I was trying to get paid.
Okay, so you just go okay.
Yeah, no, like I was hustling.
Okay.
I was trying to get, and plus, like I feel like when I was younger, anyway, like when you're younger, like your circle is very like,
Condensed.
yeah, do you know what I mean? Like there's people I know from like a few different counties and all that. Like I know solely just from like when I was a kid. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
So obviously, like in that type of sense, like I feel like everyone knows everyone. Do you get me? You don't even really need to do too much, or like, do you get me? These are almost like just all the people that you kind of grew up with anyway. Like whether it be in church or it be like anywhere. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
And when you were in your like mute era, let's say, did that cause you problems?
No, not really.
Like with your interactions with people?
No, not really. Not really. I don't think so.
Like wait. Okay, fair.
Like I feel like I just kind of had to like. It just took some time, and I just had to grow into myself. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm just really like, because I still had friends. Like, do you get me? I just wasn't too much like the person that would
friends
speak
that you
first.
still had to this day?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, I just wouldn't be the person that would speak first.
To be
Or,
honest,
like,
I feel like, like sometimes you just kind of have to make yourself uncomfortable, just like, force yourself out of your shell, Like, I think for me, for example, now, like when I don't know if I'm still a quiet person, to be honest. I'm just like, I keep to myself and stuff like that.
You
but
give off that energy.
yeah, like,
But like it suits you though.
yeah, you know,
very chilled
I
out.
mean, yeah, like it helps with sometimes people just say, oh yeah, you know, they like you being quiet and stuff like that. But I think, like, I would say I'm more outspoken than when I was younger. But I don't think I changed too much. I'm just, if my circle around me still know like I'm the same kind of person. Like, you know, like my ambitions, my stuff like that. Just the way I even think.
Wait, so would you say it's mainly to like the people that are actually close to you that get to see that side of you? So
Yeah,
like to
I
the
mean-
general public, you're just
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I guess, yeah, I think some people are like that, you know, obviously you have your personality with, like, different people, so, of course, your close friends will see a different side of you than what you show to the public and stuff like that, but at the same time as well, like, I don't think, some people are like, extroverts, some people are just introverts. I feel like I'm an introvert, but, of course, I can still express myself. and
Socially,
stuff like
be
that.
social
Yeah,
all
you know
the
what I'm
time.
trying to say, so, obviously, you can pick and choose when you want to be social and stuff like that, and I think, for a lot of people, when you get to college, that really forces you out of your shell, especially in like
tell me about it.
especially in
Fuck
like
it up.
first year. So yeah, I think like anyone even watching this, if you're in second year school and you still kind of feel a bit like insecure and stuff like that, once you get into college, it's gonna feel like you're dropped into like the deep end. Like it's gonna feel like cold and stuff like that. But you will literally be forced to like literally tell people like, oh, you know, what's your name? Who are you? And you know, and of course from there you'll just become more social. So yeah, that's where me and
Hear it. And you, Scotty boy?
Or like my past.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like who?
Right.
Like is Scotty boy now? You Scotty boy when
Listen,
you were like,
it's Sosa, right? Sosa, Scotty boy back then, right? Now, let me tell you,
hey, everyone gets nicknames. Even you have a nickname you use for yourself.
I was a nerd. I was fat.
In what?
damn,
I ain't got no
Nobody
bitches.
don't got
I ain't
no
got
bitches.
no bitches. I ain't gonna lie to you. Right? So, like, number one, right? And more time, I feel like it was my friends that really helped me. Like, even though it was probably bad, like, other people might see that as bullying or anything like that. Niggas were tough on me.
No, but like I
you
always
need
hear
tough
that.
love.
Like,
Tough
Yeah.
love, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I
tough
always
love.
think
Tough
that's
love
how
is
it
actually
is.
such a thing.
Friendship,
Like, more time, obviously, there's always the victim of the group. I was like the second last victim. You get me? There's a hierarchy, you get me? I was like the second last victim during that stage. We're talking about like, what, 15? You're like, I was looking ratchet. I'll be so real.
you were.
I was looking ratchet.
Okay.
Like, for a nigga to look ratchet, that's crazy. Like, I was looking ratchet, right? So,
So what made you change, or how did you change? You were saying that your friends.
yeah, and I was quiet. So, all that kind of things, like,
triple
more time, obviously, being fat as well, you're getting violated. And see what made it even worse is that I was sensitive. So, more time, that tough love really toughened me
Okay.
up. That's why, like, everyone can see me now. Like,
Oh yeah,
like
You know
for
what,
me to
actually,
yeah,
say,
wait, one second, actually, yes, I went to an all-boys school as well, actually, so.
I went to an all-girls school.
Yeah, so in secondary school, obviously, it's like being around like your brothers 24/7, almost like, you know,
Ah.
people will roast
yeah.
you just in general. Like
you get me,
boys,
like,
you need to like,
you're gonna be a
develop,
victim.
yeah, tough
Once.
skin.
Like, you
know
was
what I
a
mean? So
victim.
I think,
You was a victim. You was a
you know, so yeah.
But you're a survivor.
I'm a survivor though. I came out stronger and better, and that's the thing, right? I got to that stage, like, even back then, like, but I still had that confidence in me to be like, no matter what, like, this ain't my final form. Like, I know I can look better, I know I can be better, all that
I
type of shit.
say I've at least like 4 more globes.
Bro,
I've
oh
at
my
least
God.
like
I
4
feel I got
more.
2 more.
4 more.
What do you say?
Nah. I've at least 4 more globes.
Oh, yeah,
B-
same.
before I reach the end. Yeah.
I got
No,
2
no,
more.
no, wait, guys, you know what? Actually, I just clocked this like the other day. I was like, people are like waiting to get into their prime. Yeah, I was like, you should be in your prime every year, every day. Do you know what I'm trying to say? As in, like, you should be trying. Wait, wait.
Those people that were
I
in
know,
that.
I know. Wait, I mean, like, I'm talking about the people that are like that are 20, that are old enough to actually like, you know, go gym and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You actually know you can actually try to be in your prime when you're here, like, you know. Whereas like other people are like, they're waiting to like, you know, oh, I need to get a bit bigger. I need to wait till I'm older. I need to get a beard. I'm like, no, you don't have to have a beard to be in your prime. You get,
Yeah,
you know,
like, what's stopping you from
as in-
starting now?
Yeah, no, as in like max out with like your face now. You get me? If you're young, utilize what you have. You get me? I'm like,
Max out your face now.
I'm being serious. No, I'm being serious. Like, I feel like people actually they underestimate the power of just like, you know, focusing on themselves. Like, and you know, whereas other people are just like, look, when I'm older, I'm gonna do this. You know,
I hear it because you know what it is. Yeah, I feel like people don't actually realize that like different kind of like stages in your life, right, require different looks. Do you get me?
You get me? You get me?
Yeah.
So, like, I'll use me as an example, right? So during COVID, you know, everyone kind of blew up. Yeah, me too as well, blew up in it. So obviously, kind of dropped some of the weight. But like before, while I was big, I would never be able to do cornrows all the way back. My face is big. Do you get me? My cheeks are out here. Do you know what I mean? So like, obviously, like, I feel like even on that time as well, I can't remember what hairstyle I did or whatever, but it was just different. I feel like you kind of have to just work what you're given at the time, and you know. Make some shit out of
You
that.
see my hair? Yeah, my hair grew out so much during COVID. I was doing like braids. I was doing twists. I was just trying everything. 'Cause you know what? Yeah, like if I'm older, I'm not gonna be able to like do all this. I'll be like, maybe it might seem a bit like, oh, you shouldn't really try that, but you're young now, like just try everything. Do you get me? Like as in try and just try every aesthetic essentially. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Don't
In your
wait
own
till-
way.
See, that's the thing.
your own
Yeah,
way.
why I was still low until like let's say like till end of 2020, is because when I had my glow up, it was when I went low. This is when I was 17 or whatever like that. So at this point, I wanted to stay at that level. So when everyone was out here growing out their hair, doing all that,
Trying.
I wasn't doing that. I was still staying low. Till like 2 years ago, I was like, you know what? Yeah.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Feel like-
Because I felt like, okay, I've just entered into a new glow up, so let me kind of stay on that kind of
playing it safe, like
yeah, like I'm playing it safe. But then when
that
there's
was
a
what
change,
was working. Do you know what I
you
mean?
get me? Like when there needs to be a change, I'm more time like I wasn't fat during like what. I stopped being fat like what 2018 because you know what, being fat is a choice. I don't like being fat. Listen.
I agree. I agree.
I won't lie.
Listen,
I
fat
agree.
phobic doesn't include into her
No,
channel,
you're-
but I'm
I
fat
agree.
phobic. Ain't gonna
I
lie.
actually agree. God knows
Like,
I agree.
Nah,
You choose to be
would-
fat. I don't
Like,
like
to
being
an
fat,
extent,
so I ain't
to
gonna be
an
fat.
extent.
Yeah.
To an extent, because there are also like other factors in it. But
Yeah.
for the majority, I agree.
Yeah. Man. So after that, started going gym, losing weight, doing all that, and then I just started getting better. I started loving myself a lot more, even though I already
Yeah.
do love
As you
myself.
should.
I'm a big
But
advocate
shit,
for that
just
one.
like I'm a big person with self love. I'll tell you that.
Same.
But facts. As in, yeah. Sorry, go on. Actually.
Sorry, question. This was about the hair thing. Do you have an age where you're ever gonna go back to local? I'll be like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is my adult
don't
age.
know.
What's that age for you? Because mine was 27.
I was
But
thinking
but
like-
it's too close now.
No, but
Wait,
like,
why though?
No, you know what? I'll be honest. Yeah, I feel like, then again, guys, this might be a controversial take. Yeah, I feel like if you're in a creative space,
Yeah.
if you're like almost classified as cool, you can wear local. Like even if you work in the industry, yeah, I feel like if you have like, I don't know, like maybe you do something on the side, you go to events with like celebrity and influencers, you can pull up to that like with braids and stuff to work because people are like, oh, that's a cool guy.
Yeah.
But like if you're just like you work your 9 to 5 corporate job, and you don't really have anything on the side, you don't chill with artists, you don't do any. Maybe that's when it's like you're like, oh, it's the pressure of like
Yeah.
Oh, looking the part.
yeah, looking the
I
part,
feel like
you
we've
don't like dress the same
grown
way, like,
from that generation that we have to do that now.
yeah,
And I love that for us.
I
And
agree.
same with tattoos. Like you
I
can.
agree with you, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, okay, 32 years old.
Bro,
You're working in the office.
yeah, but
You have these braids on. Like, how you?
No,
how
no.
do you feel?
Listen.
I don't know. I
I
don't
ain't
know.
gonna
Part of
lie.
this feels like it's wrong.
Okay, fine. That means they can like maintain it to like low, but not into a stage that okay. You're, actually, no cornrows. If you have cornrows at
think
30,
it's
you're
forced to
perfectly
do
fine. I
that,
don't care. Like that's cool. Me personally. Like I've got bald genes, genetics. Like my dad's bald. My dad will start going bald. Me, I'm that
Please
type
don't
of.
manifest that for yourself.
I already know what's happening. You hear me? Listen, I already know what's happening. Girls got that whole BBL shit.
Wait,
I'm
I wanna
going
ask
hair
that.
transplant.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
yeah, but, no, you know what? Yeah, listen. So you're 32 now. Yeah, obviously, yeah, you have like braids. Or some people wear dreads. You can have dreads at any age. You get me? But I'm saying now, like, okay, cool, it's braids. You have braids at 32. Yeah. If you are going to like, let's say Longitude, yeah, and you're going to be backstage chilling with artists, yeah, taking pictures and stuff like that. You don't need to like be like, oh, I need to look corporate. You're gonna be like, this is what you do in your free time.
Yeah,
You're part of the
you
industry.
just like- Why you
32 going longitude though?
You get me?
I'm
That's sounding a bit R. Kelly
I
like.
know.
Sound real R. Kelly
I'm
like.
saying, I'm saying you're like, obviously that's the only like festival. You're 32 going along to, yeah, but you're chilling backstage with the artists. You know what I mean? Like you're in a certain scene where it's like it's cool to have like certain hairstyles. You don't need to like look away or look apart. It's cool to have that. And so this is what you do in your free time. You chill with all these artists. You're, obviously when you come back to work, of course, that's still you. That version is still you. Do you get me? So I think that's where it's okay. Now, of course, if you're just like you grow out of a certain age, and you're not really like with the trend anymore of like wearing braids and stuff like that, but you're just working a corporate job, then of course you might start feeling uncomfortable because I really feel like the people that have braids and stuff like that in these corporate jobs, they don't feel uncomfortable. They're like, oh, they're rocking it because it's who they are. This and of course if you feel uncomfortable, then maybe yes, it's probably time to like cut it off and go low.
I feel like depends on the personality that you suit.
Sorry, before you continue, why would they feel uncomfortable?
No, like they feel uncomfortable because it's like they might feel like, oh, I'm not cool anymore. Like this is not really me anymore. I'm not, like the whole like the term like hip and cool. Like if they feel like they're not hip and cool anymore, then of
If they're
course.
using the word hip and cool, they should already go home.
No. I'm using the analogy or like the metaphor of like what we classify as hip and cool. Again, if it's not hip and literally, they're gonna be like, listen, I I don't really feel comfortable like this anymore. Usually, you need to feel comfortable regardless. So if you don't, then you need to change it up. You hear me?
Okay, what are you gonna say?
Oh, sorry, let's change.
I lost my train of thought. You know what? Let's.
Okay, that's fine. So we diverted so quick.
That was interesting. I can't lie to you. That was interesting.
But hey, that's what you get on this show. I love it. Okay, reeling it back to the school time. Did you have a part in your evolvement, a struggle with mental health?
I'll probably say a tiny bit, like more of that kind of phase. Like, you know how?
Or even leading up to COVID time. 'Cause I know COVID like messed up a lot of people. Do you know what I mean?
Not
So
even.
like even in that span.
I don't even feel like not even with COVID. Like me personally, not with COVID. Like different other people, like I can't really talk about them, but I feel like that did make an impact with other people. Me personally, I feel like obviously when you're about to leave, like the ending of like secondary school, stuff like that, when you're about to leave, you're thinking about what you want to do, stuff like that. You're actually going to go into a rough type of space depending on your mentality. Like,
And your environment.
you get me? Like, no nigga want to be a bum. So, at the end of the day, like, you're going to try not be a bum and try, like, make some moves. Like, being a bum scares me. That's my life regret of to not make something for myself and not be rich,
I hear
not
you.
live out my dreams and fantasies.
Be fulfilled.
So, you get me? So, more time, I feel like that did take a mental impact as well. I'm being fat. I go back with this.
It does traumatize you.
You get me?
I like my fat
Listen,
era.
lose weight.
it's-
Like, stop. Like, you
I
get me?
can't speak for that. I don't know, but like,
Review
yeah.
shared by Sosa.
To be honest, yeah, I don't think I've actually ever really like experienced like any serious like mental health battle. I think the only thing I feel like I've had to really go through is just like, you know, learning how to self-love. But like that self-love aspect just kind of came like from secondary school. I don't like.
From where? From yourself or like from other people?
Oh no, from myself, but like, oh yeah, see, this is the thing, yeah. People like to say, oh, self-love, you shouldn't be validation helps self-love. Let me not lie. You know what I'm trying to say.
Facts.
I'll
I
be
agree.
so real. There's one thing with self-love is that when you put yourself higher than any type of validation, your own validation matters more.
You know, of course, like, here's the thing, basically. It's like, it feels like a bias almost, like, you know. So, of course, you've now loved this aspect about yourself, yeah. People are now validating that same aspect. Now,
You have to be able to
saying,
take that in.
To be honest, yeah, I'm not saying you even have to listen to it. You don't even have to mind, because at some point, it doesn't even matter anymore. It's just like a compliment, essentially. I'm
But
saying,
like, just to add on to what you're
Yeah.
saying, it's also like affirming what you are already feeling about yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
So you also need that as well
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
able to continue, because who doesn't want to be encouraged for what
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
doing? That's
true.
good,
No,
like, do you know what I mean? And it is actually benefiting you.
But I feel like a lot of people in this day and age, like, I feel like they're still like struggling with self-love, because I feel like one thing people need to realize is like, yes, you know, of course you're still gonna eventually get validation, but it's like if you don't fully appreciate yourself, if you don't fully like, people don't realize, especially if you're really observant, it shows. You can see certain things. So it's like just really love your flaw, basically love your flaws, learn to love your flaws and everything, and of course accept it. Just be like, yeah, this is who I am. This is my life. You know, once you accept that, I'm telling you, like, it just becomes invisible essentially. So sometimes it does, sometimes it's still there, but sometimes it becomes invisible, and people literally don't even like see it. They're like, wait, you're really insecure about that? I don't care. And it's like, then you're like, oh shit, okay, so this is not actually, yeah, sorry, cuss, but like, this is not actually that deep anymore. Do you get me? And it's like, you move through life just freely, you know. So
Can I bring something back actually?
Yeah, go on.
Like, even with the whole point of it still goes in with self-love and not all that. Like, from what, like, I feel I'm not the only person that probably would have dealt with that when they were younger as well, or just kind of
Wait, double what?
like with this particular part of like just want to be who you are type shit. Like, a lot of people are afraid to like be out of the box. There's a lot of niggas with no personalities. I'll be so real. Like, they're just a bunch. The
yeah.
group
And
mentality.
same-
He's right. He's right.
There's
Same
group
with girls
mentality.
as well, though. I can't even lie.
Yeah.
You get me? Like when they're grown up in secondary school, I would never tell anybody I watch anime.
Oh.
I was there watching anime back to back to back. Ain't no one's gonna know. Do you get me? No one's gonna know. And there's always gonna be that one nigga that mentions his mouth, and you already know the jokes that are coming along in secondary school as well. You get me? So
No,
just
like-
shit like that.
Yeah.
And just people want to be who they are. Like, there's a lot of haters, not gonna lie. If someone in secondary school starts a YouTube channel, they'll be like, what the fuck are you doing? Just
oh
take a
my
piss at you.
God.
Tell me about it.
Like, it happens. But during this age now, a lot of people are
it's
free
so-
to do what you want.
You
Like
know, it's
you're
crazy.
free to post on social media.
Bro,
Like you see what you're doing, what you're doing as well. That's having that initiative and drive to be like, I don't care what other people.
I'm
are
gonna do
doing.
me regardless.
You're going like even
Do
you
yourself
what like
regardless,
doing this right now is going out that box because a lot of people would love to come and do
Bro,
this.
you know,
but they're
bro,
afraid.
exactly that point, yeah. Because you know what I realized, yeah. One of the reasons why people support people that do things that, you know, of course, yeah, sometimes you still cringe when you watch certain things. You're still like, oh shit, but I would never do that. But I'm still
I'll
gonna like
cringe,
that
but I
post.
respect
I'm still gonna repost certain things because I'm like, fam, you know, fair play to you. Do you get me? Because sometimes people are looking at things and it's like, man, I would never be able to do that. Like, how do you even do that? Like, fair play to you. Do you get me? And they're watching you do it and they're appreciating, they're pushing you forward because they want to see you win. You know, some people want to they want to hate as well, but like people really want to see you just win and go because it's like I could never do that thing. So I'm watching you live out what I would always want to do. Like, you know, some people are watching, they're like, look, I can't sit in front of a camera. I will let you just freeze. I can't talk in front of a camera. Whereas like they're gonna just like watch you and support you regardless, just because they can see you do that and you're like, fair play, you know.
I wanna change a little bit. Even when things like where people like hate, to me, I'm just saying from my own like perspective on things. It's in a way, it's also a form of love, I would say, because more time if people are hating on you or people have something to say to you and there's no actual relationship, or even if there is relationship, a lot of the time it's coming from projection.
Yeah.
You know how like, you know, like there's some people that like they still have enough love for themselves that they're still able to project that love out for another person and appreciate whatever. But there's other people where it's like, oh, I actually really like what she's doing or what he's doing, but because I lack so much self-esteem, so much confidence, I don't love myself, I don't respect myself. It's like I'm gonna hit on you because I secretly want what you're doing.
yeah,
I
I
see
mean,
what
yeah,
you're doing.
that's
It's
true,
just
yeah.
translated in a different way.
I feel like that's
You know what I mean?
90%
So that's
hate.
what added
You
to
know,
it.
people kind of use like hating that, like the people what you're doing, innit? The people what you're
Bro,
doing, boy. It's
Yeah,
just
and
like,
they pretend,
but, like,
and they pretend that they don't be watching
yeah,
you,
the
but like,
people
I know
know.
you're watching
The
me,
people.
bitch.
Man.
I feel like
Yeah.
even sorry, even kind of like my thing with like self-love and all, I've been vain for a long time.
Vain. Bro,
Honestly, same.
you know,
Honestly,
yeah,
same.
I respect that.
I call you vain, yeah, but I'm
Being
telling you,
vain
like,
is
it's
great.
not-
I'm been vain for a
It's
long
a great
time.
thing.
It's not even
Do you know what I
Being
mean?
vain ain't bad.
And-
Feed into your
own it.
ego.
Do you know what I mean? And do you know what that is?
Yeah,
Yeah? It's
sometimes-
because like growing up was tough, right? It's not like tough as in like, yeah, these are all my guys in it, but like
In what way?
niggas were just getting onto me. You get me?
Like, what
You probably ain't got no bitches when you're young
like
as well.
obviously, you know when you're young and you're just kind of like, I remember like these times. I remember there's a family picture like both my sisters are taller than me, pissed. You get me? Pissed. What?
What age were you though?
I don't know.
Wait,
I said
you-
10, 12.
Yeah,
I don't
man.
know.
yeah, of course.
What you on
Yeah.
about? Mad,
That's
I still look at it, pissed. And then obviously, like, do you know what I mean? So, and then even kind of after some time as well, like, I remember, like, I never used to be able to dance as a kid as well. So, like, I remember I was just used to get, like, abuse for that as well. And over time as well, I feel like I just kind of made, like, a hard shell in it. So, like, now it's like, and plus, I actually learned how to do this shit anyway. So, I kind of grew taller. So, yeah. But I feel like, yeah, I've been vain for a long time. And in being vain, I feel like there's a thin line between, like, obviously vain and, like, being vain and being, like, arrogant kind of thing. But I feel like in that, though, like, it's almost kind of, like, such, like, a overwhelming, like, love for, like, yourself and respect for yourself that, like, what you're saying can't
No
even
one can-
reach over
no one
here.
can tell you otherwise,
Can't even reach this far because, like,
You know you're vain when you got bare mirrors in your room like a girl. I won't lie to you.
yeah, my mirror is, like, big as fuck.
Bro, I love looking at
I like
myself
looking
in
at my
the
face.
mirror.
I'll be so
I love looking at myself.
Listen, yeah,
Honestly,
I'll be honest,
same.
yeah.
I can't wait to watch this
I
video.
really
yeah, I was like,
I can't wait to watch this
Yeah,
video.
I'll be telling you something, yeah. Like, you actually need to, like, when you look at yourself in the morning, yeah, you need to actually, like, thank God for yourself. You need to, like,
for real.
and, like,
Yeah, for real, I won't lie.
wait, no, see, like, honestly, that does sound vain in itself to be like, oh, yeah, you're thank God for your look. I'm saying that, listen, once you get to that point where you're actually happy with who you are in the mirror, when you look at yourself and everything, that's when you've almost, like, reached a good level of self-love that's, you know, anything won't really affect you. People that talk about you, it won't even affect you because you already know yourself. You know, you're comfortable in your skin. You love yourself, basically. And so,
And I want to, and I just want to add as well, if we're even going to talk scripturally, did it not all say that we are made in God's image? So why wouldn't you want to appreciate
I won't lie,
Appreciate that.
Some of y'all ugly, but like,
no, no,
and be thankful for it?
you know
but
what,
like
you
you
know
are
what,
made in
what,
God's image, but I don't know what image
tell you
you are made from.
I'll tell you
But
something.
I was like, some of y'all ugly, but like I don't know from which point like you came from God's image.
I want to punch
But
your face.
you know when you get to a level of being that vain, yeah. When you get to a level of being that vain, it's almost like
No, actually, you know what? Just start calling it self-love. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
Self-love,
I
innit?
like-
So
It's only
it's
haters
self-
that call
level
it
of,
vain.
like, yeah.
Haters call it arrogance and vain and
Yeah,
ego. Like
vain
that's
is
what
like
the
a
haters
You know,
words.
when
Ain't
you
gonna lie
reach,
to you.
when you reach such a level of self-love, yeah, it takes so little to make you happy. Have you noticed that? Like, do you know when you're really chilling, it does.
Yes.
Like, I'm telling you, yeah, walk in the park, hey yo,
God knows.
Hey,
And then
yo.
the weather's just nice.
I walk in the park on a sunny day, hey yo, I'm buzzing.
it's
Like,
terrible.
one
And
of
do you know-
those.
and again, like even for like a guy as well, just to get a trim. Do you know how much a trim means to us? A trim is like.
Bruv.
It's therapeutic. Like,
It's the
Yeah,
therapeutic.
man.
Like
Yeah,
no matter what, yeah, you're gonna be addicted to your phone. You're everywhere. You're outside. You get me?
Facts.
You're outside.
Let the man them tell you when the day I get a trim. Oh,
Everybody does that.
nah.
Every-
I'm disturbing everybody.
God knows my
Disturbing
PS,
everybody.
yeah, is getting disturbed.
Yeah.
It gets disturbed.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. No, but like, look, yeah, you know what? Like, here's the other side of that, because yeah, you just mentioned the point of like, yeah, but some people are ugly. Here's the thing, you know.
Talk your shit.
No, yeah, I mean, talk your shit as well, but like.
No, I mean, I'm saying you talk your shit.
Sorry. Basically, when I don't know, obviously there's this like whole thing of like, yeah, but it's easy to say because you know you're tall, you're this. I'm like, listen, I'm telling you, yeah, if I was built a certain way, or if I was built a different way than I am now, I would still find an excuse and find a way to love that. Obviously, I'm still gonna have to maximize it. So if I feel like, yeah, I'm overweight, I need to lose weight, I'm gonna lose that weight. I'm gonna maximize being that, basically. You know, because like, you know, like low-key, one thing I know as well is like people always talk about, yeah, you know, being tall. I said it before, like one video I put out and everything. It's like being tall is low-key a cheat code as well. It does give you like a lot of like passes with certain things. You get me? Now that being said, though, if I was a 5'7" person, I'm looking at like majority of celebrities being 5'7". You know, like the most famous celebrities, the most famous people. These are like people that are coming in smaller
Facts.
sizes. Yeah,
Tory Lanez,
and,
bro.
yeah, do you get me? And like,
Yeah, so he's like 5'3".
do you get me? And they're, yeah, but he's enjoying. but like, I mean,
Free
I
of
mean,
Tory.
like,
But,
thinking of it that way, yeah, it's like you can be anything and you can still maximize and still just be the best of that. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and I don't know, when people change their perspective or change their mindset of like how they look at things, it's not even about like, oh, I need to be, obviously, yes, you know, being taller maybe it helps with certain things, but I'm saying honestly, you can still be short and still, you know, bag who you want to bag. You know, you can
But
still.
you know what's
sell who you
actually
want, you can still
really
be successful.
funny is that I feel like if you were short, you wouldn't be quiet.
Yeah, I wouldn't be quiet. You know what it'd be, yeah. If I was shorter now, yeah, I would. My personality, I might have a bigger personality than I do now. Like, you know, I might make it my personality to be like the tallest in the room, even though I'm the shortest in the room. Do you get me? Like, as in, it's like I would still be so delusional that, listen, yeah, like I know, guys, yeah, there's this guy on Instagram called like Lil Duval, yeah. If you know him, he's a comedian from Florida, yeah. If you watch his page, you'll see how like impactful he is to a lot of people, because this guy is like 5'2" or something, but he makes sure that, you know, it doesn't bring him down. Do you get that? And this guy will make jokes about like, yeah, like short people live longer. There's this benefits, and like he will talk his shit, and he will almost make it like, shit, I wish I was short as well. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, as in like,
you're missing something.
you know what I'm trying to say? And like that's how confident he is in himself, and it's like you can only just appreciate that. So that's where you need to get with yourself, you know. So yeah.
I just finished watching a series called The Midnight Gospel, and it is amazing. Like, honestly, I can hands down say it's probably one of the best series I've ever watched. But what is so crazy is that it's like an adult animation.
Podcast.
Yeah.
But I can't pay
But it's in
attention
a
to it.
TV show, like in TV
Yeah.
show series type of thing, and it's what's it called? It's like, I don't know. It gives like Rick and Morty vibes, but like very like babyish in a
Is
way.
it a cartoon?
Yeah, like you
Oh, like
wouldn't
Archer.
if you see, you wouldn't take it seriously.
It's that Archer, yeah.
Yeah, like
Archer's
Archer,
good.
innit?
No, it's not though. It's like it's literally like a podcast, but like
They turned it into a
animation.
show.
It's a podcast animation. Like more time, there's a bunch
Oh,
of
okay.
stupid shit going on in the background, but they're having a genuine
But it
conversation.
also is like it also makes like this, it's kind of like a story as well, because it makes sense. The visuals make sense what you're also
Yeah.
hearing as well. Do
Is
you
it
know
like
what I mean?
Past America or
Yeah, I
something?
was literally just gonna say.
Past
Have you seen the
Kinda,
Past America? on
it's
YouTube?
kind of like that,
Okay.
but more for Netflix. We'll say it's more
Okay,
related
okay,
to
okay.
Netflix type
Production
shit.
company.
Yeah, it was lit. It was absolutely so lit. If you're just into like new perspectives on life and stuff, you're just someone that just likes to just think about things and like take in different perspectives of life and just learn and want to spiritually grow and evolve as a human being and as a spiritual being, then go watch it, bitch, because it was amazing. But in one of the episodes, the topic was I don't know what words I could say or not say on YouTube, but hopefully they don't like. Do you know if I could say the word drugs on YouTube?
You can probably bleep it out and just put like, frogs or something. Just
As
say
drugs.
something else instead.
Spanish.
Hashtag gang shit. We see what happens. Like.
So
But
you
yeah,
need
so
medicine.
the topic was like drugs is neither good nor bad. It's because obviously it's either it comes from the earth itself or it was man-made. But even that term man-made, I have a different way of thinking about it because it's like, because obviously to make something you need to have the components to put that thing together. So where did they find those components? Do you know what I mean? Like it obviously had to come from somewhere. Like we can't like, do you know what I mean? So, but anyway, that's just my own 2 cents on that. But yeah, so it's either that, and then it's down to more the relationship with the substance itself that will manifest out into what it is. And I want to know, what do you guys agree? What do you guys think on that? Because for me, I personally agree, and because I have my own experience with it, and as somebody, because I guess I'll just talk my own experience. So I don't know if I can say the substance, but
Tell us what it does.
it's like more just I just like to dabble specifically in like the psychedelic area of life. I don't really do the whole like mollies and all that stuff. Do you know what I mean? Even though I want to try, but like maybe like later down. But like I'm more into like the more psychedelics, the euphorias, the things that get you mentally up there, like spiritually enlightened. I guess in a sense. But the way I started out from it, like my relationship with it, it was more of just I'm curious because I'm just a curious babe. I just do whatever, like, do you know what I mean? And then because of how it made me feel, it then became, I won't even lie, I hold my hands up and say at one point it became like a codependent thing. And I didn't realize until I was actually going into my second year of uni and I had moved out already by then. And I was like, okay, I need to get my shit together, do you know what I mean? And then it was like, I don't know, life just like switched for me, and I was like, wait, what the fuck is going on? Because I wanted to take a break for like 2 months before I got into uni, so I just I'm like, okay, do you know what I mean? And that was like the most toughest time for me, brother. Yeah. Like actually, I don't know, like I went through like emotional, do you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it, but from that point on, I was like, okay, no, I can never get back to them, because then that's what kind of triggered me to even start my own self-healing journey. I won't even lie, because I was like. Because then it made me realize like things that I was like suppressing, and like even my relationships with certain people and how that actually was doing me more harm than good. So from then on, I was like, okay. Do you know it's kind of weird? Sorry, I'm just having a mental note. But so then I basically told myself that I will never allow myself to go a certain period of time and I'm still consistently doing it. And then once I get off, I'll take like either a month break, 2 months break, depending on how I'm feeling. Like, do you know what I mean? But I also have to make sure that like every like couple of weeks even I'm taking like period time breaks. Do you know what I mean? So because I guess that discipline in a sense, now I feel like my relationship with it is a lot more healthier. And because I guess in a way for me it was more of like I just need to remind myself that I can still function as a normal human being. Like there was a point in my life where I was still able to live life and be happy.
So it's a choice rather than something like that.
Do you get what I mean? So for me doing that, like it grounds me just to remind myself that like, okay, if I'm feeling like, okay, do you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, no, now it's time to back up. Do you know what I mean? And which is funny enough, because what I was thinking in my brain was like, from then on, that's when like I started getting into the gym. And then even that life alone, and just me like putting energy into like the active aspect of life. I don't know. It just triggered something in me. So that's why I agreed to that statement, because
So basically, like the statement of like, because what the substances have a relationship with each other.
Because there's always negative or positive aspects to everything. Do you know what I mean? So depending on how you're going into it, mentally,
basically,
emotionally,
like your
physically,
relationship with the actual substance is I mean,
will determine the outcome of what happens to you. I guess.
Now, I want to like preface this by saying, like, honestly, guys, I've never done drugs before. I don't think I ever will. Actually, no.
See, that's why I brought you on, because I wanted to.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna ever do jokes. To be
We're
honest.
young, bro.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Oh man, no, we're not condoning.
so to be
Please,
honest,
we don't condone drugs.
No, yeah, of course,
we're not condoning whatever. Like, obviously,
Oh no, of course.
do whatever
yeah.
the hell you want. But actually, even one thing I would say is that I feel like there's not enough
Shady, bro.
Like
knowledge.
spoken up, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
the
Like, a
actual
lot of the
experiences.
times, especially in school, all they say is like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
yeah,
And that's
yeah,
not good,
yeah,
because
yeah.
all you're doing is just instilling fear.
Yeah,
And more
yeah.
time, people are gonna. You can't control people like that. Do you know what I mean? If someone wants to do something, they're gonna do it regardless. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But I just
Are we
think
talking
to have
about
more
loud,
knowledge
actually?
to be said, especially in schools and stuff like that, because a big part of it is like just even knowing where you're getting your stuff from or whatever the case may be. Like even things like just like if you're gonna do, at least be smart about it. But they don't educate people on that, and I feel like it creates more of a problem than
as in
doing
like,
good.
okay, yeah. So obviously, yeah, that's actually true as well. We actually do need more people to speak up about it because people actually do it in controlled environments and they do have safer ways to do it. It's just like they just don't speak about it, and that's where people are like going down the wrong paths and stuff like that. Me personally now, obviously I've never done it before, but what I would say with that is like you did say curiosity. Now I wanted to say something like curiosity killed the cat basically, but
Am I with that saying?
yeah, do you know what I mean? But like the reason why I say that statement is because obviously yes, you were able to bring yourself out of that and everything. You were able to go down a different path, but some people can't say the same thing. It might not happen that way for other people. So like so what I would recommend now, of course, if people still want to try again, do it in a safe way. Make sure you check your sources, stuff like that, do your research. But what I would recommend to people now, because some of the stuff you said you realize after sounded like things that could also be achieved by going to therapy.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I started going to therapy as well around
Yeah,
that time.
like
Crazy,
so.
the black person. I feel like
Wait,
for-
see, that's the
You know
problem.
what?
get-
That's a good. Let's
that's-
get into that.
we actually wanna get into that.
Let's get into that.
that's a whole
We're gonna-
topic because it's a
Okay,
bad
good,
one.
yeah.
We'll continue.
So obviously we're going to speak about it because it's almost like you just said therapy as a black person. Black people smoking weed
need
now would
therapy.
be seen as more normalized than going
Now
to therapy,
going to a
which
therapist.
is obviously
Send your parents to
need to change
therapy.
it.
I would be so
we need
real.
to like change the stigma. So obviously now,
Which one do you
yes.
prefer?
What?
Oh,
Wait,
guys, sorry, one
sorry.
second. So obviously, we need to change the stigma, But first, I would say yes. I would recommend going therapy. I would recommend like trying going gym, speaking to a guidance counselor. If you have trauma, basically, speak about it with a friend, and then if you know where the trauma stems from, even though it's going to be hard, it's.
Wait,
it's
can I
probably-
just say, a friend that actually has emotional intelligence and has the
Yeah.
capacity to understand that.
Yes,
You get me?
Not all friends
And,
will
and
help
also,
you.
sometimes you also don't need to dump too much trauma on certain friends. Just try and make sure, gauge where they're at, basically.
Facts.
Because sometimes it actually will overwhelm someone and they don't know what to do with the information.
Because they
So-
might not even be in the right place themselves. So
Exactly.
being able to have to get in all of that.
Exactly.
Is
So basically what I said is like, try therapy first, go gym, guidance counselor. If you need to like know what future to where to go in with future, speak to your elders as well. Maybe like an older sibling, uncle, whatever. And
But even at that,
sometimes,
some of them.
No, listen,
will
listen, sometimes speak to older people that aren't maybe like as close with your family because they might be inclined to like send you down a certain path, like, oh yeah, go down and do this course. Whereas like if you speak to like maybe like a distant cousin or something, they'll be like, listen, I'm gonna keep it real. If this is not for you, just don't go college. Just do this instead. So then from there, I would also now say that you can try address the trauma. Obviously, this is a hard step.
No,
to
you
do.
have to.
Yeah.
It's
obviously-
hard. It's
very
not
hard
easy
to do,
at
but
all.
like sometimes, yes, that might be like your last resort attempt to do this to try and address the trauma before dabbling in this drug to like cope with whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's what I would recommend first. But I'm just speaking from a point of me that doesn't, and I don't want to. So I'm like, this is what I would try before if I ever consider doing that instead. Do you get me? So
Yeah.
Wait, I just want to further on. Like, were you okay in your dynamics? Were you the only one that wasn't dabbling in that?
I'm talking about in your friend group. That's
oh
what
no,
you mean.
so yeah, like my friend group, no one
It's
in
a
my
dynamic.
Yeah, dynamics.
as in so basically like my friend group now, no one does drugs. Not that I know. of
Oh,
anyway.
okay. So it's like a.
Yeah, but even if they did, I would still this will still be like my mindset basically because it's not even a thing of like, oh, I think it's terrible. Obviously, like it's got to the point where it's normalized that okay, some people do this, some people do that, and everything. But I just still have this mindset like I just don't want to because again, I don't know my outcome. I don't know how I'm gonna react. I don't know if what's gonna happen. So I just prefer it to be safer than sorry for me anyway. Now, safer than sorry doesn't always mean that it's safer because sometimes it's like, okay, this would have helped you with this or no, but I just prefer to do it this way. But of course, obviously like if it's controlled and stuff like that, you can still go and do it that way instead if you prefer so.
Can we just recap on the statement, please?
Do you know what? My friend.
But yeah, I mean, I think, sorry, just to quickly try and help you out with you said like basically the relationship with the person or the relationship with the substance and the person is what will.
It's not good nor bad. It's
not
down
good
to the
yeah.
relationship.
So it's
with
not
the
like
person.
So it shouldn't be looked down upon for someone to. It's just about like how you know.
I feel like it should be researched and taught better. Like, let's say aloud. Like, my mom will complain about every single thing and be like, is that Igbo that you're smoking? Is that Igbo that you're she's just not educated at this point. Like, listen, she's like, I'm not picking up her phone. Why? Because you're smoking Igbo. You lost your key. Because you're smoking Igbo. All that, it's just long. I'm all tired. She be thinking that I be going crazy as well. Like, I don't know what they were there smoking or whatever they were doing in Nigeria. They used to be eating that shit with beans, bro. Back in Nigeria, right? So I don't know. Like, guy would like do edibles, man. Like, you get me? So they'll be tripping over that, but they're not educated about how control. Like, they honestly think they're gonna go mad and all that. But which I have heard situations, but that's in Nigeria though, that like people have actually gone mad.
Yeah, because like the strain is different over there. Like guys, I've smelled
That's
cigarettes in
bushweed.
Nigeria, and it's not the same cigarette as the one over here. Like it's nah.
Do you know why? Like, why this?
I don't know. I just think that like whoever manufactures it or something, it's just a difference.
You get me? I don't know what production team is going on there. Like,
Man, honestly, so.
but
So what are we just speaking about like the people's relationship and kind of dependency on like what?
Or even you could even speak on your own relationship, because obviously I was talking about my own. Yeah.
I don't know, like
No, I mean, like, listen, guys, you know what? Basically,
Like, okay, like, why did you
put it
start?
this way, yeah, and like, honestly, do you have if you do it, like, do you have a healthy relationship? Do you do it controlled, or was it just
Yeah.
like I'm curious, or like I was stressed?
you know,
Just
for me,
like,
I'll be
I'll go first. I actually started like like people around me actually like were smoking like much earlier than like I started anyway. Like, do you know what I mean? Obviously from time to time, not often. It's from time to time, but I feel like for me, my thing is like, I think there was like 1 year, I was just really stressed out, like just really stressed out. You know, obviously,
Yeah,
like,
no,
you know,
I know what you mean.
do you know what I mean? So you know, like when you have 1,000,001 thing, it's kind of like just weighing on your neck, on your shoulders, like, and deeper, like niggas are young. Do you know what I mean? Should be going through this type of stress. So obviously, like, I don't know. I feel like, you know what? I feel like everything actually really boomed during COVID.
Bro,
Because
you know, oh my God,
I feel like
yeah.
if you were actually really observant, pre-COVID, people weren't really smoking weed like that. You get me?
Oh, really?
No.
It's like
That
they,
ass,
not,
like,
like,
honestly,
they could
not
always
like
like
that.
find a way to just like maybe go out or just do something.
Do you know what I
routine.
mean?
But
Yeah,
when you're stuck in, it's like
obviously, like during COVID, that's when I saw things kind of start to boom. Do you get me? So because I think like niggas were bored. Do you
Yeah,
get me?
so
A
bored,
lot of
like,
people
yeah.
were bored.
Like-
So during COVID, everything just kind of boomed, and obviously because like. Obviously, like during COVID was an anomaly, right? So obviously, a couple of different things happened and whatnot. So obviously, like and even what I saw is like people that you wouldn't expect to be smoking weed though. People that you wouldn't expect to be
Bro, I was
loud.
surprised. I was surprised.
Loud, and I was like, and obviously I was like, right.
Name names.
Yeah. No, but
are we name dropping?
no, but I feel like, to be honest, I feel like as a whole, I feel like a lot of people. Do you know what? I feel like it's probably going to be legalized in Ireland soon enough.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Just count the days.
I'm gonna
innit?
make sure of it.
Yeah, of course. But no, I feel like a lot of people kind of use that as a coping mechanism. Do you get me?
Yeah.
A lot of
It's a
de-stress.
bad one though.
Yeah, it's not great.
But the thing is, it
Obviously,
creeps on you because you don't actually
because
realize it.
there's loads of different aspects to it. Firstly, some people, once they start smoking, they can't function anymore.
Yeah.
Not function, but like they become sloppy. They become. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
If that's what like you feel like you're prone to, like, or to happen to you, obviously just kind of like regulate it or do what you need to do
So
in
to
it.
be honest, yeah, it's just like overindulging and like a coping mechanism. It's just
Exactly. It's using it as a crutch and
yeah,
having it as
and
a
like
crutch
people
for
that are
too long.
too comfortable with the
Yeah,
approaches.
for
Like,
sure.
you know what I mean?
And obviously, like, I feel like some people use it as again, just to fight stress, for social acceptance, for just be cool, just like, do you know what I mean? I don't
Niggas
know.
smoking weed just to look cool.
No, I mean it's the same thing as
Bro.
like
Just to
people
fit
that
in, like,
yeah,
just
no,
like the
like
parts
the same
of-
thing as like
Yeah.
social drinkers. Like some
Kinda.
people will literally just like buy drinks in a club just because they don't want to be.
Yeah, for sure.
They don't want to have anything like nothing in their hands. So they'll
I
be
drink
like,
water
oh,
if
let
I
me
have
just.
to. Okay,
Yeah, but like some people
Yeah.
they just buy a drink just so they just stand around and so it's just coping mechanisms, sometimes, you know. And
I feel like the message I would send to people is like, I always tell them, don't smoke weed.
Yeah,
Just
I'll be so real.
Don't do it.
Don't smoke weed. I'll even tell you,
Ambassador.
I am the ambassador.
Guy is
But
joking.
obviously, like, you know, a cigarette thing, to be like, it gives you cancer. This one, it will make you stupid and lazy, depending on the person that you are, right?
So just don't.
But like, you get me?
I
When
think
I was
I-
15,
Even that was a stretch to a certain extent. Like,
No. I think it's a mental thing as well. Like,
I feel it
if
depends on
you
the
are
person.
someone that like,
if you're someone that's
if it's
easily
someone that's-
swayed.
yes, and
And you
prone to
lack
get
discipline.
lazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, lack of
lack
discipline and
exactly.
easily swayed.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
No, but like
There's-
people do other things as well. Like if it's video games, if it's
Yeah.
like junk food, if it's just like if it's porn
Like,
as well, people just like
I know there's some people that like there's some people that like have like proper like addictive. I have an addictive personality, right? So if I like something, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Same.
So obviously,
Yeah,
like
tired.
I'm gonna need to regulate, right? Like that's why like there's just certain things and I'm never gonna do because like I don't want to. Do you know what I mean?
You don't get
It's
hooked
just,
on it,
yeah,
right?
it's just no, wait, not hooked on. I said certain things. Not
Oh.
certain bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was trying
you got you're thinking that you're cracking or something.
Yo, man, that's true, man. Yo, cool. Yeah, no. But do you get what I mean, though?
Okay, yeah, I get you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, sorry, you're saying something like.
Oh yeah,
oh,
I was like,
15.
even with that
So
whole
sorry,
kind of thing, right? Like 15 as well. Like, not gonna lie, I was never peer pressured into like smoking or anything like that. These niggas out here trying to use code, trying to go behind my back, trying to smoke weed. I was like, let me put in money. I want to smoke weed for my first time. From then on,
No, that's actually so funny.
they were trying to hide it from me. I was like, why are you hiding it? Bring that shit here, like
I
what?
protect you, bro.
Nah, that's-
Like,
that's so
yeah,
funny.
God knows they're trying to protect me. They're like, they don't want me smoking. I was like, nah, it's not happening.
So, why though?
Just looking out,
Because
like you know.
at the end of the day, I remember this year, I told you like how I was like nerdy shit like that. I was the second victim.
Okay.
Like I was soft, like you get me.
So
They're like they don't
baby-
want me there. They don't want me doing that. I had a baby face and all like nah, stay. It's not in your lane. But obviously I didn't do it for no social acceptance, no none of that. I won't lie to you. TV it was a big influence. TV and music video. The God knows
That's probably the first time I've heard that.
it was really
same.
for me
I've never
personally,
heard
like it was like obviously like you're watching Friday, like I had an older sister, I had my dad always watching American movies, and all the black movies, all the shit. Niggas always smoking weed. I don't smoke weed.
It's normalized.
It was kind of like that. So I started off from that. It was calm, like it was every once in a while. But then when I got into college, that's when the problem happened.
Yeah.
Because
You
you're
see,
living by yourself.
College has groups as well.
College will have a grip on you. It got to the stage it was every day.
Honestly, same.
Every day. It still kind of is like every day now, but like maybe once a week just to take myself to the bed. Like,
Yeah,
but-
see, that's what I'm saying though. Like, see, when it becomes that dependent that you can't even go to bed without it, like that's what I'm saying. Like,
There has to be a level of
can't.
self-awareness in
it's
it
very
as
it's very
well.
difficult for you to now sleep now because it's like you trying to sleep comfortably without. It's like trying to sleep with the window wide open.
Yeah.
You just feel uncomfortable because you're like, oh, I need to do this before.
So-
and that's when I feel like because of course. One of these days now where it's like it's sold out, you can't get it. You're gonna go to like the dodgy. No, wait, listen, yeah, no, listen, no.
Okay.
Wait. No, I was like, this is actually the way I think, yeah. Are you gonna now go to like the dodgy dealer to be like, oh, I need to get my fix for tonight? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, as in, when it becomes that dependent,
Yeah.
that's when it's like, oh shit, there might be a
No,
problem.
for sure.
But that's the thing, yeah. Is weed ever that dependent now? Like for you
Okay,
that like
you know what,
you're
you know what, yeah.
Because actually no.
For, go 3 days
Bro, it's
without.
a- it's a
without
sleep.
Oh no, yeah, that's fine. 'Cause I feel like the first time that I did do my big stop, I won't lie to you, yeah, I struggled to sleep. I struggled to sleep. Like,
So then why didn't you do something about it once it came to that realization?
oh no, I did, and then I stopped like for how many months?
Okay, yeah, okay. I mean,
3-4 months.
Yeah.
Came back onto it, not as bad. But when I did come back onto it, like, because I'm the type of smoker that like I can smoke and I'll do everything. I'll still do my assignments. I'll still go to the gym. Like it was like me. It was like how white people smoke cigarettes. Not white people. I mean how people smoke cigarettes, right? Like I'll kind of just smoke a zoo and just I'll go on with my day.
Yeah.
But then when I stopped and then I had to like build up that tolerance again so I can still do it.
Yeah.
But now I know for a fact if I don't have anything tonight, I'm fine. If I don't have anything for the week, I'm fine.
Okay.
But like if someone brings it to me, bring that shit here. Like you probably brought some shit here today. I was like, where was my invite? It was one of them kind of things. But I'm not gonna stress over it. You get me? I ain't gonna stress.
Okay.
I'll give you side eye, but that's it.
The bombastic side eye.
Okay, let's say you're on a date with a woman or a boy. I don't know what you guys are into. Okay.
Wait, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I just realized. Yeah, the reason why none of us could react that hard is because no one is trying to get cancelled because you're not trying to say. So everyone is just so whatever. I guess.
You get me? Like whatever you're into,
Yeah, so
I
you
support
just-
lesbians. We both like girls. Like that's the thing. Like, I'm cool. Like I've got lesbian friends. You get me? I've got lesbian friends. Like we both like girls. I'm cool with them.
TikTok clips loading. I'm just saying, you know what? So let me just.
Girls are fun.
Okay. Sorry, Dr. Okay. Okay, how do you feel like about girls pretending to pay when you're on a date?
Oh, you know what? This actually happened to me before. Like,
Hey, yo, like, how you doing that?
I mean, like, you know what? Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't think it's that. But obviously, like, I know if you want to make them do it, they will do it. Do you get me? Like, I feel like, no,
Make them.
no, yeah, because listen, because obviously it's like if you want to try pull a fast one and you're like pretend to pay, I can just be like, oh, cool, no worries, you want to pay, cool. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So
So you wouldn't even be like, no.
Would you lie?
No, but I'm saying that's what you can do, just to even like flip the script on them, and it's like embarrass them as well, like, you know, but for real, it's just like I see it as, okay, you're just doing a gesture, because obviously the thing is, yeah, women are going to be like, let me attempt to pay to show them that I can also, but they know fully well that, listen, I'm expecting you, the guy, to pay, so that's why I'm just like, look, I just think it's one of those type of like.
Or what about the women that like they
Wait,
know
can I
themselves
go
that
back
they do
to
not
this?
bring money,
Wait, sorry,
they
what?
know
Oh,
that
okay.
they have nothing on them, they're just doing it for aesthetics.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
what
I mean,
I'm going.
Wait, so you were gonna say
So what I was gonna say, right? One, I feel like there's only like really two situations. Obviously, more time. If I'm asking you, I'm paying. Like number one, like it's on me. You saying that, yeah, cool. You don't want to do flav, be my guest, but we all know I'm paying, right?
Yeah.
Unless you ask me out. If you ask me out, and depending on how I see you, you're free lunch.
Okay.
Like, get your lick back. You girls will do it, no problem. What's
But
stopping
like,
me?
Why you going?
What's stopping me?
So you see, I going for free
You
food.
know what?
Go for free food. I'll save your name as free
I hear
food too.
it. I hear it.
Pizza Hut.
I hear it. I actually
No, but like, okay, so yeah, like, just to kind of go back to what you were saying. Honestly, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Because again, if you ask her out, some girls will still do the gesture just to show that, hey, you know, I bought my wallet. If they're pretending, let them pretend. You know, regardless, you're still gonna pay. You know, you're not trying to like do it, but hey, look, you try to pretend, go and pay now. You know, it's like it's not that deep. Just pay and keep it moving. You know. But yeah, like, sorry.
Right, one. I don't know. For me, I feel like, I appreciate the gesture. The gesture in it. Like, at least, like,
It's an
yeah,
appreciation,
just
yeah.
flavor in it. Because I feel some type of way if
If
I,
you just
if
sat
I was just
there,
sitting on a table and now
how
at
do
the
you
end,
just-
innit, I just look at me in the eye like this. Like,
No, not even that. You're just like just casually like.
Yeah, just say, so
like-
you're gonna get that.
I don't even
feels too
appreciate
entitled.
No, not even that. Yeah,
I hear
I feel
it.
like I just appreciate the gesture.
Yeah.
Number one, and number two, it's kind of like you said as well. Like if I ask you, I'm like I'm paying.
Yeah,
like
you know
that's point blank. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I had something else I was gonna say as well, but come back to me though. I remember.
I feel like the brazy thing to like for me to be like I'll actually clap for you. This is the time I actually clap for this one, right? Obviously we're on a date, and she walks out, goes to the toilet, because more time I'll be paying. Like she came back, bills clear. I'm like, huh? Bills clear. Like for once you're paying for the day. I'm not gonna lie, this was no cheap day. This is like Valentine's Day type
Well, like,
thing.
she paid for you,
but
or
this
you
your babes
paid
though.
for her.
This your babes though.
I'm confused.
She wasn't really my babe. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, is he saying like you paid
No,
for her?
No,
She
she paid like.
Oh,
She paid.
Like
Man,
she
I'm
went to the
offended.
toilet, did all that, but like more time I
I'd
paid.
be offended.
Like
man.
it was an offense.
I wouldn't be.
Nah,
because-
nah.
Because she already knows. Because she already knows that more time
listen.
I'm gonna pay because that's
this-
hitting my
it's not-
ego.
listen,
My
I'll tell you-
time.
I'll tell you something, yeah.
If it's not a first, second, or third date, that's cool.
Oh yeah,
Listen,
yeah. Because it
I-
wasn't.
Yeah,
cool.
I'll tell you something.
Because
Yeah.
it's a long.
Okay, cool. If it's after a while, then that's good. But like I know, like there was this time, yeah. It was like an old like link up with an old friend kind of thing. But it was a date. You get me? Cool. So we went on this like long time no see, and obviously we're at cinema now. Do you get me? And obviously I'm about to pay for the ticket, and like it's as if like she's getting paid to do it or something, but she's like so quickly just went to go tap like that, and I was like, why do you have to do that? I was like, let me send you the money back. I was like, I understand you wanted to do that, and of course I was gonna do the whole like argument of like, no, I'll pay, it's fine. But the fact that you force yourself to like tap just so you can now claim that, okay, I paid for you, I'm like, wow, that wasn't necessary.
That irks me because it's
That-
like follow
it-
the script, bro.
You give me
Yeah,
follow the
follow
script.
the script. You get me, like,
But you know what? Yeah.
Now you're like
It's
making
like
the whole
it-
situation weird
Yeah,
and shit.
because
Like,
like I just feel uncomfortable. And I was like, I'm like, I know you meant to do that like with good intentions, but I'm like, you didn't have to do it. I was like, that's okay. Let me send you the money back because I wanted to pay for these tickets. Why are you trying to?
No, it's
Like,
just like,
is that questioning my manhood or something? Masculating me, just being like,
I hear you. It's just jarring. It's just
forcefully
like, bro,
trying to
like,
pay for it. I'm like,
yeah, and it's especially the forceful. Like it's not even like you're doing it with grace. It's just
like,
just
I
all
remember, like,
messy and
the
raggedy.
cashier just looked at me and I was like,
Yeah, man.
I was like,
It's like you're embarrassing me in front of
Yeah,
them.
In front of people, like, why you paid?
yeah.
Do you know what?
That's why you don't do it in front of my site.
Do you know
You're
what I
not
would
supposed
actually
to,
like?
though.
Yeah. In an ideal situation, I call this Drake effect. Yeah. In an ideal situation, like obviously, as you're in a date where you go, you pull up to the venue and you're there. You finish the date. Date's over. All right, babe, let's go. That's it. Don't worry. It's taken
Oh, you
care
don't
of.
have to.
Like you don't have to stand up for the seats.
You paid in advance.
Not even pay. Yeah, just sort it.
Okay,
Walk
yeah,
in,
yeah,
walk
yeah.
out.
Okay, yeah, that's
Sorry.
pretty cool. Still, that's pretty cool.
Guy, what?
It's a booking, yeah. I mean, you have to do that for like special occasions, though.
Nah, man.
You don't overdo that, man.
Nah, no, but
Obviously,
yeah, of course, if you have to, you
it's
know,
like
I'm not
you-
drinking it.
Yeah, yeah.
I won't lie, yeah, I
Drink
can't.
effect.
Like, no, because you have to put on a tab or something, so like they know. So it's like it's already clear. You just
Yeah,
eat your
man.
meal and go out.
I feel like that'd be sick though. I feel like you definitely get like brownie
Yeah,
points for that. What? You didn't even leave the table.
You got a lot.
Well, come on, man.
But I
Yeah.
feel like at one point I probably might or I might not, right, do this type of situation. Like, you know, like when randomly, I don't really be going on dates like that, but like time to time. You want a date, first date, all that type of shit. And when the bill finally comes, like, depending on how I'm feeling, like, if I'm trying to be a dickhead,
Be careful what you're gonna say.
you get me? Like if I'm trying to be a dickhead, it's like, I want to ask that question, are we fucking tonight?
Wait, what?
If not,
Wait,
yeah,
wait,
split that bill.
Side-eye.
You get me?
Wait.
I want to try it. I actually just want to try doing
by
it.
Sosa,
I want to try it. Like, I don't do it,
This
but
boy's gonna get casted
in
today.
advance. But in advance, yeah, if I do it, just know that's the first time I've tried it.
Wait, so say that again. Say that again.
Oh,
so we-
Okay, can I just
Okay,
say
You get me?
Yeah,
It's like I'm
Drink
literally
like
asking,
this,
like, are we
bro.
fucking tonight? Yes or no?
Wait,
Oh, man.
I'll tell you something. I feel like, okay, so I just clocked
Split
that
that
he
bill
said that
50.
this is something he wants to try in the future. I'd say that, you know, you can do that when you're like maybe 20, 25, 27, but you might get
Why
slapped.
can't I do that now?
No, listen, you might get slapped in the face though, but I'm saying like you can do that when
Listen,
listen.
Yeah.
You can do that when you're old enough to like, maybe you don't ask it like that, but obviously you can do that when it's like you're old enough to like just be like, okay, this is what it is, you know. This is not one of those type of I'm trying to get to know you like that. I'm just, I mean, what's the
I feel like
situation?
there's two questions. It's like
You know, so
you can do it now. You can do it today, sir.
Yeah, you get me.
No,
But like-
but should you do?
The question is, yeah.
Should you
it's
do
a
it?
bit.
But you see, do you know the only reason why I haven't done it is because it would hit my ego to the fact that I've asked you out and I'm not paying for both of us, just as a man.
Wait, but
alone,
like,
right?
are you asking? Are you asking
That's
the question?
that's the point.
Wait, so
but I
that's
would
the
want,
part.
yeah, that's the only part. Other than that, yeah, we say that, are we fucking or not? Yeah,
confused, wait, so-
you like, are we fucking on the first date or not?
No, but are
Yeah?
you asking the question because you want to pay or something? Or are you?
Oh, no, like-
because you want to pay.
I want to ask this question, like, because regardless, I would never actually do this because of my own ego to be like, number one, I'm paying, right?
Oh.
Because I asked you out. But something that I want to do, if Michael really push my ego aside to be like, are we fucking first date? If she says no,
But like-
split the check.
You don't. You just okay. I think you know what? Yeah, I feel like you just wanna have one of those type of like.
You get me? Like, just those
No, no,
stories.
no,
You
no, yeah, those
just
stories.
want to have those stories, just to be like, yeah, nigga, I did that shit. I don't give a fuck.
No, I kind of like, yeah, I hear what you're saying though, because I've actually seen on like TikTok as well. Like, people will be doing story times, and you actually just realize that sometimes you hear stories that sound so outlandish, yeah, that you just know that these guys they're just trying to just to see. What I want.
Just to see.
You know what I mean? I'm like,
You know when you call someone a chancer?
yeah, just to
You're a
see that. It's
chancer.
like,
You get me?
wow,
See
okay.
how far will you go?
And like, the girl will obviously tell you like, no, like that sounds so disrespectful. Like, and then the guy would be like, all right, I'm spending the day. And like he doesn't care. He has no intention of seeing her anymore, but he just knows that this is gonna stay in her life forever, basically.
You get me?
He has that.
It's just that
I mean,
point, like,
Only certain man can pull that off.
I feel like I pull that off.
Not everybody's pulling that off.
I feel like I pull it off.
Not everybody's pulling that off.
I feel like I pull it off.
That's very-
like we won't find out until we try, innit?
What do you think your success rate will be?
My success rate, I feel like it like got
What? In
60%.
in this small island,
Wait,
I feel like it's called 60% success rate. Ain't gonna lie to you.
One attempt down.
Like,
One attempt done,
you
bro.
get me? Like, I'll still try it, yeah. But it's going to be to the fact that I know if I come and do this, my name is going to be ruined. But I don't care.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
You just don't care, like,
that's
because
what I'm saying. Do when you're older, maybe like where it's like they'll violate you. in
Don't
the
do
group
it
chat.
here.
They'll
What you
violate you in
mean?
the group chat, but like it might not.
don't
start
violate
like
me group chat. Like, that don't deal with me. More time, yeah. People can, I don't even care. Like, people can chat shit on your name, do whatever. No matter what, that's not stopping you. I don't care. I could have a bad name, that's not stopping me.
Do you know what?
Bro, what do you mean?
know what,
Bro,
if
stop you.
if you really want to do it,
bad name
if
will
you
stop
really
you
want
in
to do
this
it,
country,
yeah,
man.
like live your truth. innit?
I do live my truth. I do live my truth.
But
just
if you really
be-
want to do it, live your truth. But just don't do it in this country.
This country is
Just
too
don't do it
small.
in this
Yeah, I
country.
won't lie. I agree. I agree.
You get me?
No, because you know the thing is, yeah, I feel like people want to do all sorts of shit these days. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Hey, do you win it? But just don't do
Bro,
it in the
bro,
vicinity.
that-
Do you get me?
like-
Just don't like just go do your shit like abroad, innit? And come back and enjoy
It's
yourself.
like,
innit?
Who's gonna stop me? Like, who's actually gonna come and attack me?
No one will attack you, but the moment like you're like,
The police
oh,
gonna get your ass.
No, they'll just be like, yo, so you're that guy that asked that question. Yeah, like, nah, I can't. Like, you already have like America in your name, bro.
That's crazy. Can I switch up my name? I've got like 3 different
but I mean, like,
association names
who
with
you are.
myself.
You're like,
Oh,
oh, so that guy.
it's just conversation because I actually don't like. I have a very interesting question. Don't look at me side eye. I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger, right? Okay. How would you feel if you were in adult action play? If you understand what I'm trying to say,
Okay.
and the woman said she wanted to suck on your titties.
So a sex tape.
No, not a sex tape. Just suck on your titties, like.
An
Like, you know
adult
how
play.
men like to suck on women's boobies? How would you feel if the
No.
girl said that for you?
You're being she wants to suck
No,
your breast.
look at the fuck. No.
Wait, so
You have enough
how
breasts
would
to
you
suck.
feel if?
Yeah, in
I
that
probably, shit, I probably got bigger ones than them. Like, no.
When do you have big ones?
Never know. Some of these bitches ain't even got titties. Like,
I asked him if he has enough if he has enough breasts to suck in the
No.
first place. But
you get me? Like, you're clearly lacking in your own department. That's why you're trying to come to me. No.
No, wait. So are you asking like?
she wants
what-
to suck your breast, bro.
She wants to suck your
yeah.
breast.
How would you feel in that moment?
I don't know. It's a weird kind of question to ask someone. I don't know. Like I feel like because it's so like taboo, you just
No, just think about it right now. Just think about it right now, yeah.
Hold on. Is it really taboo though?
no.
Yeah, no.
First person on your
Is it
mind.
really taboo?
Man.
Because like you see what I feel like. Yeah, I feel like it's one of the type of questions where like it's just you're not expected to kind of hear it, so you're
That's the
gonna be like-
equivalent to me. That's the equivalent of like, oh, would you lick someone's toe?
Yeah, you know.
Because
you know,
ain't gonna lie.
No,
Would
you
you
know what I
like
feel like,
to
yeah.
suck
Nah, I'm not into that shit, bro.
Okay,
No.
Y'all don't
listen-
suck toes?
I'm
But like,
I'm not into that shit,
No,
bro.
you know what? I think that's a pretty good comparison because like the thing is, yeah, obviously, I don't know how popular foot fetishes is with people, but
Very
I
popular.
like. But obviously, I was seeing videos
There's
about like
money out there.
no, I know, but
Y'all
I was
niggas
seeing
eat ass.
videos about it,
It
and it's
is.
like basically like it's a real thing, obviously.
It is.
And it's like apparently it's something in your brain as well. So it's like it's not just like people just find it. It's just I think it's like
Oh, so like there's a mental aspect of
yeah. Apparently it's
Yeah,
like it's like
yeah.
the thing that sexualizes something is also close to feet. So it's like it people just
I'm
like
shell shocked.
Like,
So,
you know how
yeah,
some people are
that's
very
crazy.
attracted
so
to hands. some
yeah.
people
So
like-
exactly.
yeah.
So basically, when I
I was gonna
realized
say
that,
something, but I might get canceled. I don't think I'm allowed
Okay,
to say that.
wait, once I want to, yeah,
you're
but-
done.
You get, you know, like, you know, like in that particular country where like they can only show like ankle, all that.
Oh,
type of,
you think-
is-
No,
is
yeah,
that,
no,
like-
just
okay,
continue,
you know.
please.
okay,
Like-
so yeah, basically with that.
Where I was gonna go, I was gonna go.
Okay, so basically with that whole like foot thing, yeah, I just realized that okay, so this is you can be in a room of like 20 people. There's like it's almost like imposters in Among Us, yeah. Essentially, they're not imposters now, but essentially there's 5 full fetish people or 10 full fetish people in that crowd. You never know. And now a lot of people as well, they're gonna be like, this is still kind of taboo and everything, so they might not feel comfortable to. Now, obviously, if the girl asks you that, she's obviously very comfortable to ask you that and everything. But of course, that's what they like, you know. Like obviously, I'll feel a bit like taken aback because it's a bit like okay, that's you know I'm not used to that, but it's like it's you know that's their thing. Do you get me?
But that's the thing, yeah. Would you
Yeah,
call it
would you
taboo
explore?
though?
Would you explore it with them?
I don't think I would call that
Like,
taboo.
would you
either.
be? Would you be
it's
into
definitely
exploring
taboo.
it?
Like I see, like yeah, I call it taboo just because of how.
Society makes it look like.
No, not even that. It's just like
No, but that's what taboo.
Society is
no.
normal.
See, like
Society is
so
normal.
basically, it's the
You have
country now.
vanilla in it.
Yeah, I feel like yeah, I'm more vanilla, but also
very
as well, it's
vanilla,
like
yeah.
you're.
Ah,
No, but listen, yeah. One thing as well is like you're in Ireland. Do you get me? Like if this is in America, like
Oh yeah,
They're-
yeah.
it's almost like more normalized in
So
America.
do you
but-
think if you lived like in America, if you were brought up from America, that like you would like learn
Be a
how
toe
to suck
sucker.
your breast or be a toe sucker?
No, I wouldn't be like toe sucker. That's in the mental thing. That's not.
I don't even think that's a mental thing. I feel like
no, but I feel like when I'm in America, like it's just very you know it's a lot like freer and everything. So people just do whatever. Do you get me? That's why I say.
I'd argue people are pretty free over here as well.
You think?
Do you know what-
Yeah, you know what?
You
Yeah.
really think that?
No, Irish people, I've not
to
they
a
don't give a
degree,
fuck.
God knows.
Wait.
What?
Are you speaking from experience or speaking from the stories you heard? Like what?
Oh, from looking at people outside in town and like, do you get me? I feel
Oh,
like
no, okay, wait. We're talking about the Iron community now. Iron community.
wait, which our own community?
Yeah. Because
Oh, yeah, I was-
Irish
I
people
thought-
in general, I know like
Yeah.
they probably do their own wild thing. But I'm talking about like you know.
In our own community is there.
Yeah, like do you think that's like you know what I feel like it's same thing with like in the process among us. I feel like people are doing very because I'm hearing certain stories and I'm like,
Joe,
I'm like, I didn't know
to me that's
people
not
were-
even weird though.
No, it's not weird, but I was like,
It's almost borderline normal.
but
No,
yeah, I guess it's down to how you perceive weird, because maybe we can go down weird.
get
no,
me?
yeah. So you
'Cause-
know what it is? Yeah, I don't think it's particularly weird. I just think it's like people are just more comfortable like just saying what they like and what they want, you know. So I think that's just what it is. But
I don't look at you funny, but like no.
You get me? I feel like how that is. I feel like it's as normalized as how eating ass is at this point, because obviously at this point
No, I feel like ES is more normalized.
it's normalized now.
No, it's more normalized than if a woman was to ask you to suck your breast, like.
wait, what, you say that again?
Listen, no more time. A woman don't even ask to try suck your. I'm not gonna lie. A woman just tried to do that shit with me. I was like, what? No. Talk about so.
I'm actually lost right now.
Trying to sell my titty. I was like,
Oh no, okay. I said that.
But funny enough,
eating
girls
ass
like to
is
do
more
that shit as well,
normalized than,
low
like,
key.
Women asking to suck your tits, like.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like it's just more known like. As in,
Oh
like,
no, like it's definitely more common anyway.
yeah, it's more common like
You guys are into
more,
some
like-
nasty shit, bro.
you get me?
Yeah.
I don't know where all this shit started coming from. That niggas are eating girls' ass and they mention it to you. They're like,
No, I think it's like
they don't care,
rap
but-
music videos and stuff like that. That's just like,
To DB came
the
around.
more rappers just started like making it like DB
Yeah, DB
made-
even made it normal to
nah, to eat pussy.
bro like what? We're trying to use censor words.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
like,
Are you gonna beep it out?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't really got a filter.
But yeah,
sorry.
like
that's so still.
So I do think that certain things will become normalized over time.
Oh, yeah,
but
for sure.
It is, like people like what they like basically.
Has that ever happened to you?
No, it's not happening.
Has that ever happened to you?
What?
No, please ask me.
Wait, no, like, I completely blanked out. What's
Has it
happening?
ever happened to you? Like a girl want to like suck your breast or lick your breast?
Oh yeah, I can X that shit out straight. I was like, what?
Where were you?
But it happened to you though.
Huh?
It happened to you though.
She tried.
But
she
wasn't successful.
No, but she licked it though.
Before I pushed it off, I was like, wait, chill. Yeah, but I chilled. I was like, I was like, back up with that.
Like I don't
Mr. What about you, bro?
I don't think that's a normal thing though. Like I don't
It's not a normal thing, but it's weird.
So wait,
like,
basically, are you saying like it's happened to you? Yeah,
Nah, it has happened to me still.
But
Wait,
if you were going for I mean, I think.
Nah, like okay, do you know what?
she's not gonna mention it. She's gonna try to do it, regardless. No one's gonna
No,
ask.
do you know what? Yeah,
You know what, yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. I wouldn't be opposed to
But
it.
like, so
Because deeper though.
have you experienced it basically? Have you
Me experiencing it.
You know when someone
I'm
asks you
telling
a
you
question
now,
back, it's
you
because they're saying
don't
that
want
they have.
it.
Nah, I haven't.
I'm telling you now, you
It's
don't
okay,
want
don't
it.
worry.
If you have talk your shit, like.
Can I be honest here? Do you see how like certain questions like that? Yeah, obviously it shakes up the man a little bit because it's like, oh shit, this
do you know
is
what?
basically outside our
The
kind
man
of
am
like our
insecure.
realm.
That doesn't
Yeah,
shake
but I
me.
don't,
Yeah,
I don't
I'm not
like that.
insecure.
I don't
Outside
like
our
that
realm
though,
of, like-
because I don't like that, because I feel like.
No, it's just like for example, no, but like you have to understand.
Oh, why there's such an
talking about-
uncomfortability talking about things
I know,
like
but
that.
I'll be honest, yeah, like talking about topics like this is the equivalent, yeah. Actually, maybe not the equivalent, but it's almost like girls saying they like to touch a man's ass, basically.
You get me?
That shit feels uncomfortable.
Girls like doing that shit though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
Yeah,
saying like,
and they're not allowed. We still stop them, don't we?
Yeah, that's what.
No, I said yeah, of course.
Okay. You scared me for a second, bro. You scared me for a second, bro.
It's not like you wouldn't. No, it happens out of your. I'm saying
Why is it
these
happening?
things happen out of your control, yeah. But I'm saying like
You get me? Like,
you
why
see
is
how
it there?
uncomfortable
Like,
it feels
stop that.
when stuff like that happens. That's the same
You think
way
women
this
don't
kind of
like
question.
bums as well?
But don't touch my bum.
We're
The hell?
just saying like it just makes you feel uncomfortable. Like you get
God
me?
knows.
Why?
And they know. No, it's the
It's
fact that
just-
you know that. Like, you
It's
girls
not
know
normal,
that, and you guys just do it on purpose, just to make us act out. Because it really is one of the only ways to actually like get us uncomfortable.
Bro, like, you know what I mean. But
Nah, well, like
basically, my point basically is like it feels uncomfortable the same way. But obviously, yes, you know, as you're saying now,
Do you
things
ever
will
communicate that?
communicate what like.
Do you actually communicate that to the women, or like, and you just do it on purpose?
No,
Yeah,
but
they
like,
do.
see, the thing
all
is,
girls
yeah.
know. All girls know.
No,
Yeah.
some people are just touchy people, like.
To
So
touch a
have
guy's
you
ass.
ever
Like,
communicated
you can
to those
choose-
women that like, yo, like actually I'm serious, like don't do it. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable.
everybody can't be a touchy
Yeah, I
person.
mean,
You get me?
yeah,
Nobody should be
obviously,
touchy
yes,
person.
you would, because obviously, eventually, it's just assault. You know, that's basically assault eventually.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But
do
like-
you guys ever get to that point of actually communicating? Because like, if it's a thing where you said it
I feel
now
like
and they
if it
still
happens-
do it,
if it
then it's
happens
like,
too
okay,
much-
nah, this girl.
Give me that should be happening on work as well. That's sexual harassment.
okay, wait.
I feel men don't
real?
get
Yeah, I can't lie, bro.
Like,
sorry
like,
to you, man.
like that's sexual harassment. I'll be so real.
Yo,
But yeah,
I didn't think it was that common. I won't lie. Because obviously I'm not. I just know from a woman's
Very
perspective.
common, but like, is men's sexual harassment taken serious anyway? Like,
Actually, do you know what? I actually hear it because I don't know if I'm allowed to.
wait.
say
Actually,
this.
can I ask a question? Sorry, just sorry to cut you off. By
No,
the
it's good.
way, have all of you guys been? So this is a very wild question. Have you guys actually been sexually assaulted? Like as
Wait,
in,
sexually what?
Yeah.
bisexually assaulted. Like, it's like you get grabbed inappropriately.
Wait, say that again?
Have you guys ever been sexually assaulted? Like, so
Oh, no.
a girl grabs. Oh, really?
Wait, like a girl grabbing you, like.
Or
Like
yeah, girl or older
inappropriately,
woman.
basically, but like just without your consent, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's actually,
And how,
bro.
how do you deal with that?
No, you know what? Yeah,
Side eye.
No.
Because more time, like, as a man, yeah, what can you actually do?
Yeah,
Like,
Why are you laughing?
Me?
Yeah.
Nah, I just thought back into at some
Wait,
point.
but how's that?
No, that's happened to me. I
Okay,
just thought about
No,
something.
no, I'll be
that
honest, yeah. Like I've actually
Yo.
experienced that like a few times on different occasions, yeah. And I realized,
girls grabbing you and shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
just random, yeah. It's just
handsome, man.
what?
get me?
It sounds so-
And it's, but that's it, yeah.
That should be an excuse, bro.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
it.
joking.
Yeah, because but like
Wait.
wait,
No,
no.
wait. What level are they grabbing you? Like, how,
So, like-
how far is this going?
Imagine if they just want to hug you and they're just like, do you get me? Or they could,
Oh, like that?
yeah, like that.
Oh,
Like,
they going for the kill.
yeah, and then or sometimes yeah, like one time now, like you're just like sitting on the wall or something, and they're like pulling your, just like, and I'm like,
you
oh
for
shit,
real?
Yeah.
No, you should report
Like,
that.
no,
Wild.
but listen, no, I shouldn't even be a smart. It's not even a funny matter to me, because obviously I
It
know
is funny. Not gonna lie, because
No,
niggas
but-
can't
No,
do
no,
shit.
no, it's
Wait,
not
wait,
funny,
no,
but like
no,
it's good that we're talking
no,
about it.
but,
Because
like,
God knows
no,
I didn't even
okay.
know that type of shit.
I know, but I'll say this, yeah. Like the funny thing about it was, yeah, I was like, I just deep down, I was like, look, I could actually define myself in this situation. Do you get me? Like, as in, I'm like taller than this person, so I can literally,
Fling 'em.
like, exactly. Do you get me? I was like, I don't feel. Nah, okay, yeah. Let me sound smart so they don't clip this in the wrong way. Basically, yeah. I didn't feel threatened for
wouldn't do that, yeah.
I didn't feel threatened for my life in that situation. But I'm saying, like, and I clocked that, obviously, if there was a reverse, that would obviously be a threat.
You get me?
Because I'm like, what is this person gonna do?
And I wanna say, yeah.
But I was like, but again, it was still very uncomfortable as well. But it's just, yeah.
Did you say anything to them, or did you just let the situation slide?
No, I just like obviously someone like, no, that's weird. Like, wait, chill. Do you get me? But
And what was their reaction?
there's like they play it off like same. I think same thing with like when I don't know now, but same things with like guys that assault. Like,
Niggas won't play it off,
They'll
nigga.
play it off in a way like,
Yeah,
oh,
or
it's
they'll
not-
make you-
oh,
yeah,
it
make
wasn't
it seem
that,
as if you're
okay,
doing too
ha
much.
ha ha. Do you get me? So I don't think it's But sorry, what are you gonna
That's
say?
so
Flo?
Oh,
fucked up.
because what I was even gonna say, like, you see how you even said that you're bigger than them doing all that.
Yeah.
That's why I don't get taken serious.
That
That's
bro,
the main point. Don't get taken serious. Like this even happened of recent. Like imagine that I'm in the club. I go like when I'm in the club and I have my sunglasses on. I'm vibing with myself. I'm chilling. Next thing you know, like 'cause no matter like I'm taller, and I can't see shit. Next thing you know, why is my tontolo being grabbed 3 times? 3 times in a row, like
didn't know man goes
3
through this.
squeezes.
I didn't know
3
man goes
squeezes. I walk by. I'm like, wait.
Assault and casual.
I'm like, wait, what? So the cousin trying to give me a look like you did something or something. Like, what?
Nah, that's crazy.
Nah, I was like,
How?
crazy.
Bruh.
Like,
Exactly.
this should be happening, but what the fuck am I gonna do? Am I gonna go and report it to be like
Somebody
sexually
set up
assaulted?
No,
but
but like-
a helpline for the man them still.
No,
God
but you know
knows.
what? I'll be honest here. Obviously, I know like this can happen on way serious situations. Obviously, not saying that ours
Yeah.
is serious, but like obviously, it can be way worse with some certain people, and
You can be
obviously,
short.
it can end up really traumatized. Like me now, obviously, I was just like uncomfortable, but I wasn't like, oh shit, I'm traumatized or that shaking up. I was just like, look, that was weird, but I'm okay. But I know obviously to some people now, and also a lot of women now, it's like that's PTSD. That's really traumatic. So that's why I'm like, look. Obviously, I'm kind of fortunate that it didn't stick like that for me, and also I'm a guy, so it's like. It's
Is
a
that
bit
because you
different.
have control on your emotional sensitivity?
Not even that. I'm just like
guys.
I think just deep in that, like I can defend myself.
Get me?
See, this sounds very like but I'm like
No,
I can
no.
actually
No,
defend myself.
say- say it.
So I'm like, if this person really tried to, I'm like I could.
Yeah, like,
I
it's
still have
never gonna
control.
go that
I
far.
have control of what can proceed from this, which is why I felt like okay, but.
The difference is if the roles were reversed,
yeah, that's where
that's a whole different situation because you're actually in a disadvantage.
Crazy though. I actually really did not know. I won't lie.
But
I didn't think it was as intense as that.
No, like I just, you know what? It just showed me that girls have audacity, man.
What? Yeah.
You get me?
It showed me that girls have audacity. Like it's just.
It just kind of shows that.
I just wouldn't have never expected in the club.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, yeah,
it's-
but that's
No,
probably
but that's
ideal
happening
you get me?
as
You're
well,
drunk,
though.
you get me?
And
So,
then when
like,
you're there looking around, they'll look at you, stare you. They know what they did.
Oh
They'll
my-
look at you in the
Yeah.
eye
You
and
know
be
what's
like, I
crazy?
did
Like,
it.
no, that's actually happened to me as well, though. And I was in the club, so I think.
Don't
No,
grab
I'm
your
not gonna
coochie?
say the club. Sorry, for the club. But
Was
yeah.
it a guy or was it?
Yeah, it was a guy.
Don't grab your coochie. The club?
No, my booty.
Oh. I was out here thinking some Donald Trump type shit. Like,
And it was so weird. And it's like, and then he's like, he just walked past, and I was like, what the fuck? And then he just smiled at me and then walked away, and I was like, what the hell? But like, it's I don't know.
Yeah,
I
niggas
guess
are weird
same
for
with
that.
you as well. Like I don't know, it didn't really like affect me too deep. It was more maybe that was when like my okay, I won't say hatred. That's a bit of a harsh word, but my
So what, are
despisement
you-
for your gender came about.
Despisement?
But
You know what? It's alright. I got a despisement for you lot as well.
and I hear it. I have a despisement for my women too.
Everybody hates everybody, innit?
Get me?
And, you know, but like, no, I think
Right here.
you have to listen deep that like there's some bad people, there's some good people,
Yeah.
and just you know.
I feel like 90% of women are all the same. But like, try to.
Yeah, you say the same to you
You know what the thing
too.
is? I feel like people don't actually just like mind their own. Like people don't actually just look forward and just look straight.
You get
enough.
me?
Like people don't. Like that's why. Like I feel like that's why even a lot of that. Like I hate man. Forget the man, them bro. Look at yours. Focus on yourself.
You get me?
Shorty? Do you get me?
Stay out of men's business. Like,
well,
like
maybe
what
not-
does it
maybe
serve
not
to?
like that.
Like, stay out of men's business, bro. Like,
He's giving an inch, still gotta take some miles.
hey, I ain't got no filter. I'm literally cutting all. I'm cutting out all the bullshit. Just get straight to the point.
The last year, what life lesson have you learnt? Yeah. So whatever, who wants to
Ooh,
start?
can I start?
Yeah, go on.
This is something I've been kind of like mentioning like enough right now. And it's just like be delusional.
Facts.
Bro,
If you lose,
What's this like delusion ambition
bro,
everyone has?
do you know what
Wait,
the thing is? Yeah,
It's in the air or something.
be delusional, bro. Like,
you'll be
do,
happy.
do you know when someone tells you to be delusional? Yeah, that's why I feel like that kind of matches when I said I'm vain. I'm so vain to the point. It's like, yeah, probably. You can see, you can say it's bad, but like, look, hey, it's delusional. Then I'm in my own world, in my own fantasies, like trying to live out my fantasies, like he said
Pretty
earlier.
boy
Do you get me?
era.
So I feel like, yeah, man, it's definitely like be delusional. But also be delusional and remember, like execution is like probably like the most important thing as well.
Yeah.
Tell 'em.
Delusion, and execution.
Tell them.
Like, cause people think you kind of have to like even just to kind of like get to wherever you're going. If it's like running a business or like trying to get healthy or trying to, people think this low like it's such a big hill and such a big mountain. No, people overcomplicate things. You get me? Bring it down step by step. Be delusional and make sure your execution is on point and you're good.
But I'll be so real, yeah.
Wait, can I just say one thing? And check your environment as well. Because more time, the people around you also play a huge part in whether and how you end up in life as well. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go on.
Shit, what was I even gonna say? With the whole delusional part, like a lot with being delusional, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes,
Yeah,
but that lesson learned.
But
you
yeah,
just
but
keep on
that's
going.
life,
That's
like,
just
you have
life. You
to.
get me? You're still gonna make mistakes if it's not all planned out. Being realistic, what's that gonna benefit you in life?
Realistic to a certain extent, like obviously, because you have to also, like, same with what you were saying that people think that it's such a grand hill. So they're like, as I said, they overcomplicate things. So it's like instead of just being able to scale back and say, okay, what can I control now that will get me even just like 1% closer to my goal? Do you get what I mean? And just simplest, yeah, whatever. I don't know.
No, I get what you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go next or?
Yeah, go on, talk.
Okay. I have like probably two. Like obviously going off this point again, delusion, ambition. Honestly, like the way you have to believe in yourself has to be like no one can tell you otherwise.
You're crazy, innit?
Well, you have to be a crazy person.
Yeah,
but
that's
honestly,
really
it's like just believe it, and as you said, execution as well. But just when you have that kind of ambition, it's just like the sky's your limit. Like nothing is too hard to get to. You're just gonna find a way to get to it. You get me? Like because obviously you've seen it before you as well, so you know it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, delusion, ambition. The other one as well. I literally just came across a video. But
And wait, can I just even add on to you?
yeah.
Because even when you were saying that, that you've seen it done before, so you know that's possible. Some things haven't been done before,
of course.
but if you can think it,
Make
like
your
if it's an actual thought in your brain,
Envision it,
and
yeah.
like it makes sense in your brain, then it can happen.
Yeah.
And
like,
just because somebody else hasn't doesn't mean you can't be the first to do it.
you
Do you
literally
know
just
what I
make your
mean?
own lane for that kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, and then
And so sometimes, unfortunately, like most times, being able to start something from scratch will come with a lot of backlash because it's new, nobody has seen it. Do you know what I mean? But if you have that much faith and belief in yourself and in God, then I'm telling you, the sky's the limit. Like, do you know what I mean?
Facts. And like, so yeah, and like my next point would be, I actually came across a video on TikTok talking about it, but I think I used to say it before as well. Like I said this back in like 2020 during COVID. I was just giving like my private story talks, but it was talking about like basically there is this hill for what's cringe before what you become cool or something. So it's like obviously initially things just feel uncomfortable. It's cringe, you look cringe and everything, but once you continue climbing that cringe ladder, essentially, you're gonna get to a point where like whatever you were doing that was cringe is now cool, just because now you've passed out. People they will just see you as different, and it's like I'm just doing this thing that was cringe initially. Same thing with YouTube, same thing with fashion, same thing with like, I don't know, editing, doing it all, like anything you're literally doing that initially feels uncomfortable, that people are like, again, you're not like commenting out loud, you're not, reposting out loud, but like you're just like, they might say to you, man, I see what you're doing, all the, like that's because initially it's cringe to them, but then after it's like, fair play, I'm seeing them, it's so. Don't be like, don't be scared of like being cringe, essentially, because I'm telling you, cringe eventually becomes cool. Like whatever you're doing that's cringe.
True, yeah.
Doing
You
the
know what's
exact
so
same thing
crazy
that's
as well? Even
always
the
become
word
cool
cringe or being cringe, it's more of a mental thing than anything.
No, but like I'm telling you, like it's mental, but at the same time, it is cringe. You might feel cringe. It is cringe.
Yeah, but that's
till
not
it
that,
isn't. But I'm saying like till it isn't, because again, eventually you will start getting validated. People will start telling you, oh shit, that's
and that's a
what you're
mindset
doing.
change.
Yeah. So, yeah, honestly, just stick to what you're doing, like, and honestly, just be yourself, like, and eventually you'll be cool. So.
Uncle Sosa.
Oh, me, my
You guys
lesson,
zoned out.
crazy. I feel like I don't
Like,
think
what
it's
have
so.
you learned in the life? What have you learned in the last year of your life that you've like something? Let's say something has messed up, whatever, or there was a redirection of some point, and you're like, oh, okay, I've learned the lesson from this situation, and so now I'm gonna carry it forward in my life.
I feel like it's still the same lesson, but then it just like, cause I was saying I have this
Which is?
particular, just being a king. I ain't gonna lie to you, just being a king yourself. Like no matter what, we're actually all creators. No matter how you see it, like God's given that ability for us to create anything. Like
Period.
we are in control of ourselves. Like when I think about myself, a lot of people think about their circle of like their family, all that. No, I see three me's. Like I think about three different versions of me, and that's how I see it and what I'm creating with myself. Everything. It's also bad in the sense of sometimes I do have to outsource and learn and deal with other people.
But that's life.
Yeah, but
Is that like,
It's a
that's,
part of the journey.
you basically want to be like a jack of all trades, essentially.
yeah, not even a jack of all trades. Is because you actually can't even be a jack of all trades.
No, but
matter what.
you attempt to be a master of all. Like, see,
Yeah.
my thing now is attempting to
dabble
be a
in-
master of all trades, just trying to do it, and eventually you will eventually become good in your respective fields. And I think it's just once it's like two or more, you're essentially
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
like
jack
because
of all trades.
no matter what, there's always going to be someone better.
Yeah,
than
of course,
you
but yeah.
in that.
Yeah, but that's life as well. You can't.
Yes.
But that's why you comparing yourself to another person.
But that's the thing. If you're doing everything, where's all your time going? No matter what, whatever you do, you gotta put hours into that. Like the hours you put in is the result that you're gonna get, and that's how you're gonna build up your
10,000
craft.
hours.
You get me? That 10,000 hours. If you put in that 10,000 hours, like that's your thing. Like you put in that, you've seen the results. If I'm putting 10,000 hours in one thing and I'm putting 1,000 hours into the other, or like 2,000 hours to that, I can't say like for sure like that's my thing. Someone's gonna be better than me with that. That's when you have to learn how to delegate and doing all that type of shit. So you need to know you're a king. Like who's on your team? Like who's your round table? Who's your council? And that's how I kind of see it. I see it more royally.
I'll just say one more thing as well. I heard recently that creators are the new cool kids. So yeah,
Yeah.
just wanted to say
yeah.
that as well.
Bro,
Yeah.
I can't lie, yeah. I feel
But I love that for us.
Creators
I
are
feel
the new
like-
like jocks
Yeah,
in school and shit.
There was this whole thing of like, I think before was it still is to a certain degree like the Alte, I think it's a 90s as
Yeah.
well. Alte kids basically just becoming creatives. Nowadays creatives don't all look the same. You don't have a distinctive creative look, but you do have your own like sense of identity, and you have like your own creative like vision and what you do and everything. So I think nowadays Alte kids all used to kind of look the same, even though they were creatives. But nowadays, like creatives just look different, and it's like, okay, this guy.
They're all classified as weird and nerds. And
Just
look
like
at them now.
they're just interesting. Wait, not
feel me?
even
They're all
just interesting people. Like,
You get me?
Yeah,
They're
it's
actually just interesting people.
Someone even told me to be a model, or like if you wanted to be a model or whatever, you don't even need to be
Oh, you just need to
particularly
look-
handsome.
you need
You
to
just
look-
need to
look
be
unique.
interesting to look at.
Interesting look.
Interesting to look at.
Bro,
And I was like, right, that's
bro.
deep. Do you know what I mean?
That's true, though.
Yeah, it's facts.
So like and that's the same thing with like learning to love your imperfections. Another thing is that like a lot of these like no offense to like the Nancy Agger, bro. A lot of the models, they look very unique looking, and it might not be particularly like classified as attractive.
Niggas
But it's like,
anorexic.
yeah, guy, you must do one.
But I told him out. Just told him out.
Yeah, but anyway, like it's like they have very unique, interesting looks basically, and it's like they love themselves, and now they're like getting paid. They're on like runway, they're on Vogue because of like whatever they were, getting roasted for, like slack, and it's like now it's unique, and that's what's in. So yeah.
Can I say one more thing as well?
Yeah, go
I actually just have shit to say. Right?
Go on,
This is the last
go on,
thing.
go on.
I feel like just for the money as well. The most dangerous guy is probably the guy that can like, you know, when like everything's going on in your life, that can actually just look at, face what's going on in your life and face it on the chin. I don't, let me explain. Like, do you know when? Yeah, I feel like I have a big issue with procrastinating. Yeah.
Oh,
procrastination.
Wait, I think
It's
it's all
about-
creatives like so from now disease, don't they?
Bro,
like,
it's
procrastination. Like,
Bro,
yeah,
it's ridiculous, man. And let's say like I need to do something simple, like send an
10
email.
months.
Like send an email.
Man.
Just an email.
I
like,
swear and
Oh, no, it's
everything.
gonna take me 2 days.
promise you, wallah,
2 days.
You
That's
haven't lucky.
small.
You haven't lucky 2 days. Nah,
Ah.
bro. I'll have that email on my mind for like.
And it will give you so much
week.
anxiety. I don't know for you, but it gives
Yeah,
you
nah,
so
bro.
much
Proper
anxiety.
like raise my blood pressure and shit. Make me feel.
Yeah.
And then like even with like, you know, stuff in your life that you actually find a little bit scary, and then you're like, oh yeah, this shit. Like I feel like the most like, maybe not dangerous, but like maybe the most, I don't know, fierce man is the guy that can actually like face the
Yeah,
shit.
like, yeah,
Because me personally, like when I feel my most powerful when
You're just
I've now like.
You're on your grind.
Yeah, not even just necessarily, but I've now like achieved this thing that I've been like, yo,
Sitting up
scared of for time, you know, for like months, and I was like, yeah, you know what, I finally done it now. Like, do you get me?
And more time when you're afraid to do it, and then like because you think it's even going to be hard, when you start doing it,
Bro,
you know
it's
how
piss, man.
easy that thing
Bro, I
is.
seen a thing and it's like,
It's
oh, when you've been
easy.
putting off something for like 2 weeks, and it takes you like 30 seconds to
Bro.
do.
Like I've actually
Like
managed to
17.
battle that exact thing, right? By more time, I set a timer for 15 minutes, and whatever I need to do, yeah, I'm like, how fast can I like? I play a game with myself. What can I get done in 15 minutes before the timer goes out, and then I restart it? Like every 15 minutes, how far can I actually go?
Yeah, I hear that. I used to have a trick as well, similar to that. I think because my procrastination are bad, like in a hole. So I think I started doing it was like, if it doesn't take me more than like a minute or a minute 30 seconds, just do it now. Like just do it now, just drop it, just do it now. And like, and that's the way like
Do you
for
know
a
what?
while
Yeah, I'm kinda same as well.
that regulated me for a while. Do you get me? Because I'm just like, oh, even like it's terrible with text messages. Even like I can see a text message. I have
God
said.
knows.
I
Tell
was
me
like, okay,
about it.
I'll reply in 10 minutes. Why? Just reply now.
You get me? And then
I was
it
like,
left for 2 days, 3 days, and you
and
don't
then-
open it.
And then the goals. And then now it's
You
like
get
I can't even reply again.
Because it's too
over.
rude. It usually gets like 6 hours. It's too rude. Like,
And then it's
stop.
like, yeah, it's like, it gets to the point where it's like, I want to reply, but now it's like, you probably think I'm taking a piss.
You get
so
me?
it's like, hey,
Like,
look.
that's it.
Yeah.
I get what you mean. Like,
yeah.
How long? I don't even know when we started, but I think that's it. I think we've talked about a lot of stuff. We went,
That was actually- that's
went through.
so many times, but I loved this episode. Thank you guys so much for coming. I truly appreciate and love you guys.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Subscribe, like, share, comment, and I'll
that
see you guys in
good
the next
stuff.
episode. Mwah!
Follow Sosa, Scott.Sosa, you get me? Boom.